There we go. Mike was muted. Whoops. And we are live, testing out a Wednesday live stream and checking out who wants to come and hang out and laugh at Mark Carney getting roasted on the world stage, getting absolutely demolished even by leftists around the world. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a few things today and see what's happening. What's happening? Good evening, everybody. Hello, Wickenden. Good evening. Hi, Julie. Hello, people pouring in. We are talking about Mark Carney getting absolutely roasted today. And we're sighing at his hypocrisy, his selfishness, I guess you could say. I don't know if you could necessarily call him incompetent, but like basically feckless. Maybe not incompetent, but feckless. That's what's happening. And also, we're going to laugh at Kayaker, who turned Liberal MP. Who claims that farmers know that food inflation prices are all because of climate change. Like the only thing that ever causes anything ever, according to the Liberals. So we're going to do a little something different today. I'm going to try to get to all the comments, but we're actually going to try and look at some of the news that happened because I worked my little butt off to clip all the things today that the Liberals said and did that made us look stupid, that gave us the ugh and the sighs and made us roll our eyes. And I didn't know I was going to be rhymes today. You think digital ID and CBDCs will try to come in? Well, I think they're pushing for that everywhere, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, okay, so should we give it another minute for people to pour in, or should we just like start right into it? Oh, just as I'm saying, someone else came in. Hello, Andrew. Hi, everyone. Oh, I guess before I get to all of that I wanted to chat about today, if you're watching and you're still not subscribed on YouTube, please consider subscribing to support the channel. And hi, David. Nice to see you in the chat. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Smash that like button on YouTube if that's where you're watching. If you're on X, consider reposting the stream so that more friends can join us and we can all laugh. Have a good laugh and maybe a good cry together about the state of our country. Hello, Matt. Thank you for your message. You wonderful human being. Well, sometimes. I have my moments, I guess. Hi, DP Ray. Hi again, Matt. Kat, hi, I'm here. Yes, I see you. Thanks for being in the chat. So yeah, subscribe, smash the like button, send in a chat, repost the stream on X, become a YouTube member on YouTube to support, if you want to support additionally and gain access to members-only content. Hello, member. Hello, Cunningham Bear. Welcome, everybody. I was just about to say, should we just like jump right into it or? Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. Well, like I said, we have our moments. No one's perfect all the time. And I don't claim to be perfect at all. I'm a deeply flawed individual, just like everyone else. Yeah, so I think I'm trying to get comfortable in these just like bar chairs. I still need like a whole lot of things to make this live streaming thing a comfortable endeavor. But nevertheless, we're going to try. Okay, so I'm going to start with this clip. I think, do I have it prepared correctly here? Yes. So Carney just got absolutely roasted by the, okay, let me get it right here, by the US Treasury Secretary, who just absolutely just dragged him. So, rather than hearing me blab about it here, I'm just going to play this clip. Let me maximize that. Let me add that to stage. You know what? I'll maximize that so you guys don't have to see my face while we're streaming, while we're playing this. Here you go. Okay. Yeah, so US Treasury Secretary Bessent just absolutely roasts him. Let's play this.
What about Canada? We've got a bit of a rift there lately, and there's different accounts between you and Prime Minister Mark Carney about that call this week post Davos with President Trump. He says that he dug in and reinforced the message. You said that he walked it back.
I was on the call. Prime Minister Carney, in my investment career, I've seen what happens when a technocrat tries to pivot and become a politician. It never really works out well. So I would just encourage Prime Minister Carney to do what he thinks is best for the Canadian people, not his own virtue signaling, because we do have a USMCA negotiation coming up. And he rose to power on an anti-American, anti-Trump message. And that's not a great place to be when you're negotiating with an economy that is multiple larger than you are and your biggest trading partner. In the end, I think we will end up in a good place. It may not be a straight line.
Are you saying that they will face consequences in these trade negotiations, reopening the USMCA?
I am saying that I would not pick a fight going into USMCA to score some cheap political points. Either you are working for your own political career or you're working for the Canadian people.
There, you have it. He calls him a technocrat, a virtue signaling technocrat, and he calls him outright saying, you're not working for the Canadian people, among other things. And he's 100% correct, obviously. Carney is just, well, we've all seen this. You know, he was a banker before, and he even said himself that you shouldn't ask a banker for political advice. It's never a good idea. Those were his words. In fact, let's look at him saying those exact words, shall we? Do I have it saved? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. When this wasn't this year, I think this was when Rebel caught up with him last year. Oh gosh. Yeah. This was last year. This is Carney literally admitting that you should not come to him for political advice. Let me just bring it up here instead of me yapping about it.
What advice would you have for the youngster?
Going to a central banker for political advice is never a good idea.
What advice would you have for the youngster?
Going to a central banker for political advice is never a good idea.
Never a good idea. Never a good idea. He said it himself. My goodness. And there's absolutely no level to which his supporters won't stoop to. They're like, oh, but he was joking. And who should you go to political advice for? An influencer or like a barista? And someone was like, would you go to political advice to a snowboard instructor or a part-time drama teacher, maybe, making fun of the fact that those things is what Trudeau was before he became prime minister. We all know Carney will do nothing for Canada and is currently proving that to be true. Hi, Energy Freak. Nice to see you in the chat. Welcome back. Hey, everyone, says Cindy. Welcome, Cindy. Carnage cares zero about Canadian people, and he was rightly called out for it, as the clip just showed, where the US Treasury Secretary said he should care about the Canadian people. He does not. He only cares about himself. Typical liberal modus operandum, only caring about ourselves, promising everything, delivering nothing, etc., and on the insanity merry-go-round goes, right? like, subscribe, and share. Yes, please do. Thank you. Repost the stream on X. Smash the like button on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching and you're not subscribed yet. Become a member if you like. Here's David. He's a member. Carney gives 2 oops about us. He has said that to Ezra. Well, this was last year. Before, was it last year or the year before? I'd have to double check. Carney said he got Apollo 13 back to Earth. Okay. We all know he's a clown. Well, like they pretend. That's the annoying part, is like how much they pretend to care. They pretend to care about affordability. They pretend to care about healthcare. They pretend to care about, the plight of the little person. They don't care. They don't care. All they're doing is forming more bureaucracies that will bleed us dry as taxpayers, to line their pockets and to hire their friends as consultants, as experts. This is what they do. This is all the Liberals are known for. It's astounding how much support they still have. Well, because they've got the monopoly on brainwashing, on the media, on all of those things. Yeah, so that's what we're talking about today. And the other clip that I wanted to play was where Carney comes, sorry, not Carney, but his government House leader gets absolutely destroyed by, well, I don't like the fact that it's CTV. I know that it can be biased, but sometimes this lady is okay. Sometimes she does a good job questioning these people. And it's Vashi Kapelos. She calls out Carney's $11 billion spending announcement. The announcement seems to run, she says the announcement seems to run counter to what Carney talked about during the election campaign. He criticized Trudeau for massive government spending as a means of economic growth. And what is he doing now? He is literally, he's implementing massive government spending as a means of, well, not an economic growth. It's packaged nicely as we're helping underprivileged Canadians buy groceries. Okay, by what? Like by $30? That won't even cover one trip to the grocery store, apparently. And this is going to cost $11 billion, apparently. Here's Vashi pushing back hard, good for her, on Liberal government House leader Stephen McKinnon.
Prime Minister said there's no election in the offing, but the announcement, I note that both you and the Prime Minister said there's no election in the offing, but the announcement in and of itself seems to run very counter to what Mr. Carney talked about during the Prime Minister talked about during the election campaign. He drew a distinction between his approach to the economic growth and what he criticized the Trudeau government, of which you were a part, their approach to economic growth, which he identified as just through immigration and population growth and government spending. What you announced yesterday is more than $11 billion of additional government spending that nobody from your government has said how you will pay for it. I imagine because you're not introducing a new tax or something to that effect, or described other cuts elsewhere, that it will come from additional borrowing. That runs counter to what Mr. Carney said during the election campaign, what you yourself have said on many instances since then. How are we to infer from that anything other than this is about politics and the possibility of an election?
Well, I don't think Mr. Carney ever ruled out measures to help vulnerable Canadians, and I don't think most Canadians think that helping out the 12 million.
See, sorry, Mike was muted. See, that's always where they go. They get confronted with the fact that they're like doing the massive spending thing, which Carney criticized Trudeau for. Now they're doing it, and the only way that they can frame it, which is obviously to appease the masses, is that we're helping vulnerable Canadians. Of course, we're going to always do what vulnerable Canadians need. Okay, I'm gonna pause there for a second. I see someone sent in a super chat. Wickenden, thank you so much for sending that in. Carney's here to commit us to the NWO, and the fun part for him is that he's happily going to make us pay for the prison he wants us all in and has been designing for decades. A taxpayer prison, a tax slave prison. Yeah, exactly that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Wickenden, for sending that in. Really appreciate it. I mean, on point, obviously. Like these people only care about themselves, lining their pockets, hiring the consultants that their friends are, handing out massive expert fees when they build their bureaucracy. The latest bureaucracy is what the auto sector, a special task force or whatever. So how many more hundreds of thousands of dollars is that for consultants, for the offices, for their brain, their think tank, their this, their that? It just goes on and on. It's all so tiresome. Okay, let's continue.
People who get GST rebates now, grocery and essential goods benefit, will object to that. We saw post-pandemic, Vashi, a spike in food prices, and this is meant to help with that. Inflation largely tamed. That doesn't mean people feel inflation is largely tamed, and that's partly due to things like oranges, coffee, bananas, things where supply chains have been affected, where prices have gone up more than the rate of inflation. The Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, felt strongly that at this point in time where Canadians, many Canadians are struggling with those food prices, that we had an obligation to come in. I don't think that approach has ever been rolled out, but the thing that has not changed is that we know we have to grow the top line in Canada. We have to achieve growth. We have to create jobs. We have to protect the jobs we have that are.
So there, he said it. He said that we have to create growth. And how is he planning to create growth? How are the liberals planning to create growth with this new massive $11 billion spending that they're about to drop on us for this like temporary relief measure of a tax credit that is literally what did they call it? A Trudeau era recycled measure. Half measure, not even a half measure. Like what will it do? Give you like $400 once in a year, and that's supposed to make life more affordable while food inflation prices are like 30 to 50%. Just absurd.
Threatened by trade measures, punitive trade measures coming from south of the border. But we have to create more jobs. We have to build big projects. We have to get things done. We do that every day.
Build projects? What have they done? What projects have they built? Like name one project they have approved since Carney got elected. He promised all kinds of massive infrastructure at unrecognizable speeds. What have they achieved? Except for creating like task forces and bureaucracies, like nothing.
We wake up, put on our boots, and try and build big projects and create big opportunities for Canada every day. That we will not waver from.
But respectfully, Minister, the Prime Minister did criticize the former Prime Minister for too much government spending.
Thank you.
And he had, food prices were extremely high, 30% higher during the election campaign than they were five years prior. There were no promises made about $11 billion of additional spending. I am not in any way taking away from the very, very specific need, as you outline it, of Canadians. I know it. I hear it every day as well. But this is not exactly what you promised to do during the campaign.
Okay, I know she's with CTV, and CTV is like left-leaning, and sometimes they put out ridiculous headlines, but like good for her. Good for her for pressing this guy, for at least like someone in the mainstream media is somewhat trying to hold these guys to account and be like, hey, you said this is bad, and now you're doing the exact same thing that you said was bad. What gives? Like, obviously, you're not making cuts. Obviously, this isn't coming from, for many of that, it's coming from borrowing. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Add $11 billion extra dollars to a deficit, was it?
Look, what we were elected to do is to be sensitive to the needs of Canadians, many of whom feel anxiety because whether it's threatened trade measures or other things, or whether it's simply
exploit Trump derangement syndrome, exploit, Trump talking points, Trump bad, yeah.
Increased costs due to food inflation. We're here to help with that. Any responsible government must be here to help with those kinds of pressures. We have an existing mechanism, a tool.
Hey, have you ever heard of it being characterized as responsible when you're spending money that you don't have, when you're doing massive borrowing just to give freebies out to friends or to like buy votes? Has that ever been categorized as responsible in the history of ever?
Already built into the tax system, in the form of the GST rebate. It's easy to build upon, and it's easy to justify, in my view, in a world where food inflation, imported food particularly, has seen supply-related shocks, and which means that food has increased more than the overall CPI. That is something that we've been giving a lot of thought to over the last few years. They're giving a lot of thought to that, by the way, in the UK, throughout Europe, and Mr. Trump is giving a lot of thought. You hear him talk about affordability. Japan going through significant cost pressures on that. This is a worldwide phenomenon. This is our response to that.
Okay, I will leave it on that note. I'm out of time. Always appreciate your time.
Yada, yada, yada. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so the typical liberal spin. We care about Canadians. We care about those poor Canadians. We're going to give them free stuff. So much, we care so much that we're going to give them one-time temporary free thing as we tax others in order to pay for it. Jason says his grocery boost is a trip to McDonald's for a family. Dear, the smug, pompous POS, Carney. Yeah, the smugness is what gets you. Hey, Mike. I recognize this account. I think I've interacted with you before. Liberal voters will continue to gobble up whatever Carney says is gospel. These liberal voters have zero critical thinking skills. Yeah, they'll just, even if it's like completely the opposite of what they believed before, just because their little Pied Piper Carney said it, they'll just agree with it wholeheartedly without any pause. Nelson says Canadians wouldn't be vulnerable if we didn't have liberals in charge for the past 11 years. Facts right there. Obviously, I haven't even talked that long. I'm already thirsty. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they've destroyed the country systematically for the last 11 years, and they're continuing. I just showed that one. Sorry. Cunningham Bear, a member. Sadly, you agree. Yeah. Canadian Spider-Man says, yes, it's mainly the leftist liberals that are elbows up and forget that we owe America almost everything, our greatest ally. They have Trump derangement syndrome, and they have, I think now, America derangement syndrome. Like, they're viewing America as if it's China and looking at China as if it's like the new America. The phenomenon is truly wild. Hi guys, says Mark's Carney 2030. Great handle, bro. Yes, says Canadian Spider-Man. How come these used to be bigger on screen? You guys, I gotta fiddle with the settings here, because when I display the chat, the individual chats on screen, they're a bit smaller. I think that's because I have my overlay chat that displays everyone a bit wide. So I think I'm going to switch that to tall or regular and see if this, oh yeah, I think this makes it slightly bigger here. Wickenden says, Trudy set the table and Carney's here to deliver the coup de grace. Yeah, they're continuing. He was their unofficial advisor. You know, remember it was Carney that called the Freedom Convoy like sedition. Like, he said anyone sending in funds to the truckers to support in any way is guilty of sedition, supporting sedition. Those were his words. Like, these people hate freedom. They hate freedom-loving Canadians. They're just, they hate us. David says, if it's not the pandemic, it's Harper with these commies. Harper derangement syndrome is also real. Remember, wasn't it Trudeau that like did not stop talking about Harper the entire time he was in office, like even up until his last year? So whatever problems Canada was facing, he's like, Harper government, Harper government. It's like, dude, you've been in power for nearly a decade. Shut up about Harper. Oh my goodness. Pandemic was 5 years ago. Exactly. Oh gosh, this reminds me. I don't think I'm going to waste my time trying to find that clip, but it was the Liberal finance minister was asked about the hard pivot on China, right? And he floundered so hard when he was pressed about it. Hey, like, Carney said China is Canada's biggest security threat, and all of a sudden we're making strategic trade agreements with them. Not free trade agreements, though. Let's be clear. Liberals backed off when Trump's like 100% tariffs. They're like, no, not free trade agreement, not free trade agreement. The guy's like, FPC, the Liberal finance minister, he was like, oh yeah, but the world has changed. Vassy, like, I think it was Vassy also, Vassy or Vassy, that was pressing him on it. And he's like, the world has changed. And he said the word changed like 7 times, as if saying that the world has changed literally means like the whole pattern of the world when it comes to trade agreements and trade routes has completely changed since like 6 months ago. He said change 7 times, and then he referred to 1945 and the fall of the Berlin Wall. That's how far back these guys have to go in order to justify their complete pivot on China and all that stuff. It's actually, if it wasn't so horrible to witness, it would be entertaining. They're like, oh, the world changed. The world changed. Trust us, bro. Oh my goodness. David says, top line, you mean the tippy top 1%ers, the bureaucracy. Lots of bureaucracy going on with the libs. The only growth is in Liberal bank accounts and in Brookfield investments, but they're in a blind trust now. Trust Mark Carney. Like, he's now far removed from his investments. He doesn't know what's in there anymore. Like, it's in a blind trust. It's he's not passing policies that will probably benefit his SDG, his sustainable development goals, and his EV battery investments, or like charging stations, or I don't know. Like, he's not passing policies that will benefit that. Stop it. That's conspiratorial thinking. Canada equals Marxist carnage, says Matt Hatterman. Yeah, well, I said this on the last live stream. His book, Carney's book, Values, I believe in there it says that his inspiration for his thinking and his little like ideas that he pushes in there and his values that he believes in come from Karl Marx. Among other commies. We are bleeding jobs now more every day. Okay, but that's not what the liberals say. They say jobs are growing, but like, they have to package it in such a spin doctor way where they hide what's actually happening. And, entry-level jobs for teens are just not available. And the Canadians that really need the jobs don't have them. And it's all just smoke and mirrors with these people. Cunningham Bear says, if you look close enough, you can still see the strings on Carney's fingers from his puppet, J. Trudeau. Or just, yeah, maybe not just that, but the WEF and all the globalist technocrats and plutocrats and whatever they are that inspire his thinking. I have a son who is asking me a question on paper. Is available, can you, yes or no? Available when? I didn't ask him today. I will ask, but not for today and not during my live stream. Okay. Thank you. I know you understand this. Oh, excuse me. No pushback from trashy Vassy CTV. I love that word. The first time I saw that word, prostitute. As I saw Ezra from Rebel News. That's the first time I heard that term. I loved it. It's such an awesome word. Vashi sometimes presses, but less and less post-election. Well, like, we gotta give them, I don't know. Is this like, I guess, us like being happy about crumbs these days? You're right. She needs to press more if she doesn't. That's, the state of media. The state of media in this country, eh? CTV seems to be the only one who questions their motives. Also, there's this one reporter, or I don't know, can you call her a reporter? Kate Harrison. She sometimes is on the CBC panel. She is good. Like, she comes on and she calls it like it is, and they all squirm and flounder when she talks. HonkTube says honk honk. Honk honk. I should set some sort of like tradition where if someone sends in like a super chat that says honk honk, I should maybe play a sound. I don't have a soundboard or anything, but that would be fun. It would be fun to have some traditions, some live stream traditions. Drop taxes. Yes, please cut taxes across the board. People are saying, conservatives need to not just like outdo the libs by like just a little bit. They need to just do something radical. My friend Wyatt, he's like, conservatives should run a platform where it's like this radical 20% cut of taxes and just kind of just overtake the libs with, with real policies instead of just like slightly outdoing the libs, which is what he was saying that they're currently sort of in that funnel, I guess. Eliminate industrial carbon tax, no tax on fertilizers, no tax on farm fuel. Yeah. Well, hey, don't you know, David? Apparently, farmers know that it's climate change that causes food inflation, okay? It's not these taxes on fertilizer or on farm fuel or on farm equipment. No, it's climate change. Trust the kayak man. Did I play that clip yet? Yeah, this is the clip I wanted to play. So today, during question period, because I watch every gosh darn question period. Liberal MP, I can't even remember what he does. He, oh gosh, I didn't save it in my bookmarks. Let me find it here. He came out and said, here it is. Adam Van Couverden. Don't you know that it's that it's climate change that is driving food inflation, food price inflation? Guys, did I play this already? I'm having a memory.
The number one cause of food
brain
inflation in
glitch.
Canada and globally is climate change, Mr. Speaker. And when they're listing off the products that are most affected by climate change, they often list lettuce, which is impacted by climate change in California, coffee, which is imported to Canada. We don't grow coffee here, and beef, which is impacted by climate change, Mr. Speaker. The Conservatives can continue to bury their heads in the sand and pretend that climate change doesn't exist, Mr. Speaker, but we are working with farmers to increase the number of domestic producers, Mr. Speaker. We're working to build more greenhouses so that Canadians can buy more Canadian food.
Yeah. Who's buying this? Are you buying this? Are you buying this? We have Wickenden again with a super chat here. I don't watch mainstream media for the same reason I don't eat from the toilet. That's a good one. I don't know if I've heard that one before, but I'm saving that. I'm saving this one. Thank you for that hilarious super chat. Really appreciate it. Well, naturally, if you have half a brain, if you have spent like half a minute kind of questioning what these people are saying, you would end up where we are. We see it for what it is. We understand they're funded by the government. We understand that they are no longer unbiased and they're heavily skewed. They're just the talking heads for the Liberal Party, especially the CBC. So absolutely. I don't watch MSM for the same reason I don't eat from the toilet. Oh, classic. Yeah. Well, yeah. So we're not buying it. Sorry. We're not buying that it's climate change that's driving these food inflation statistics. We obviously know that it's the hidden carbon taxes and everything else that the libs are doing. Red tape and all that's preventing yeah. I love how these idiots stutter when they actually get asked a real question. They never answer the question either. Facts. It's kind of sad that this is all we have now is just basically them stuttering. They don't actually face any actual consequences. Like they'll just, they'll shoulder, the few minutes of embarrassment by getting asked a real question, but it moves on pretty quick and they move on to their usual thing. And yeah, the Liberal Party has never been responsible, seems to be that way. Liberals gave seniors on CPP a 2% increase this year for inflation, BS 2%. Liberal spending is out of control. Corruption's out of control. Hard to argue with any of this. Hey, y'all. Hey, Grime family. Nice to see you in the chat. Nice to see you. Again, thank you for dropping in. We're trying a Wednesday live stream today. Oh, and I keep forgetting to do this. But yeah, if you are not subscribed, shameless plug. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, smash the like button and subscribe to support the channel. It really does help. Like, it tells the algorithm, hey, people are liking this and interacting with the content. If that's one of the best ways you can support the channel, it's awesome. If you're able to do, if you want to support in a different kind of way, you could become a YouTube member. Like David here, he's a YouTube member. Stellar Rockstar, who handed out some YouTube memberships 10 times now, I believe. 10 memberships, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, David. Yeah, so or you could become a YouTube member, and if you are in the live stream and you want to support this current live stream, you could send in a super chat or a super sticker. I think I've set a goal for, like, last time I had a goal for an hour. It didn't quite reach within an hour, but we ended up doing it. This time I also have a goal of 10 super chats, so that, and if I do reach that goal, I'm going to host like a live Q&A live stream either this week or next, just for fun, just to kind of hang out and get to know the chat and people who are here regularly. That should be super fun. Should be super fun. So yes, hey Grime family. Hi DP Ray. Every time I hear these commies libs speak, my ears bleed. I hear you. Imagine having to listen to them every day intently for like hours, which I guess is what I do, because I'm always trying to highlight their grossness and their hypocrisy. So I have to watch all the live streams and all the pressers that they do on CPAC and question period, and I have to like process it and hear their voices. So yes, I identify with this a lot. It makes your ears bleed, but you know, someone's got to do that dirty job, and I guess it's going to be me, since I have the ability to currently do it. Hello, the Grime family. Welcome back, says David to Grime family. Matt's here back with another chat. You're getting a lot of DMs, right? Because I guess you didn't see mine. I think I did see yours, actually. Didn't I respond? Just call me Bear or Barry. Okay, Bear or Barry for Cunningham Bear. Okay, Bear. I'll try, you guys. I'll try. My storage in the brain isn't as good as it used to be 20 years ago. So if I space, please forgive me. This is after watching like 6 hours of live streams and clipping all day long. Oh, we have a new member. Looks like Matt Hatter became a member. Welcome, Matt Hatter, as a new member. So there is member-only content already available on my page, and I will be doing members-only live streams at some point. I did one this week. It was cut a bit short because there was literally just me and Dame Nation in there. It wasn't maybe the right time of day, but yeah, that's available. And okay, I think I already showed that one. Yeah. Let me catch up here. Bananas and rice. Oh my gosh, someone said it. Someone said it. Guys, how are you guys reading my mind? Okay, we're going to talk about bananas and rice. I think I actually even saved that clip. Okay, we left off with Bear as Barry or Bear. Thank you for the clarification. Good evening from the East Coast, from the Grime family to David. Carney helped to freeze the bank accounts. Yes, and it was illegal or unlawful. People got mad at me for calling it illegal. Maybe we'll watch that clip next. Is Banana and Rice Girl just got a... Oh yeah, I saw this. We'll play. I don't know if I have like a clip of her getting arrested, but I know I saved the Bananas and Rice Girl. We'll talk about that. I saw that, says David. Maybe you're referring to Bananas and Rice. Harper wore... What? Okay, I don't believe that. Good, cool story, bro, I guess you could say. So did Polly. Okay. Bananas and rice or beer and poutine, says Bear. I can't believe they used her to push their agenda. What agenda were they pushing? I'm not necessarily aware of what they were trying to push. Okay, you guys want to watch the Bananas and Rice story to see what we're all talking about? Let me pull it up. Let me just pull it up. My gosh, it was so... Oh, here it is. I think it's the last thing that I even saved. Nasra Ahmed. One sec. What's up, honey? Hi. Uh, just got arrested in Minneapolis for assaulting federal officers. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's see the bananas and rice story. I couldn't believe this. This was a real speech. I thought it was AI. I honestly thought it was AI. Okay. Listen to this. Like, you won't believe that this is real. I couldn't believe that this is real.
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see.
So it's not just bananas and rice, but it's like bananas and rice. I feel like right after that moment, that comical meme sound from Curb Your Enthusiasm should play. Da, 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 da. It's like bananas and rice, guys. So this is the one that got arrested for, I don't know what they were using her, what agenda. But can you believe the speech was real?
Like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
Do you get what she means? Do you get what she means? Like, what the heck was that? Bananas and rice. I did not understand that at all. Yeah. Liberal voters are in a blind are also in a blind trust. Says Tarmac. Yeah. Mao's China is Canada's future, says Barry Bear. Hey, I remembered. Nelson says liberal mental gymnastics is awesome when their narrative changes. Yeah. Carney name dropped Havel. Yeah, in his Davos speech, Havel speaks of soft totalitarianism. I knew when he referenced that name, most would not get it. I looked him up. Yeah, and the irony of that, Pierre pointed out in his response speech, was that Carney didn't use it quite the way he thought he was achieving by mentioning Havel. Okay, guys, I gotta catch up. I didn't catch up. Okay, you say I didn't respond to your DM. Okay, I'll check it out. Send it again so it gets back to the top of the queue. I do get a lot of DMs. Klaus Carney has the charm of a mortician. Yeah. Mr. Burns. Oh gosh, Mr. Burns. 10 straight hours in studio today. It was awesome. Welcome back, Gothic Blonde. Is it Joe? Did I remember that right? Let me know. I don't think I could remember like 100 names, but I'll try with all of you guys. You know, it's only like my third regular live stream. We're gonna aim for regular live streams here. First time here. Hey, from America. What's up, Cole? Someone's watching us from America, guys. Can you believe it? So okay. Do you mind you can grab it upstairs. Do you mind just going upstairs? Thanks. My girl's grabbing a snack. Crunch. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, back to this. What's the joke? Like, Canada is always watching American politics because it's so, intense, and I don't know if exciting is the right word, but yeah, we're always watching there. So what the joke is, when Americans are watching our politics, like, something major is happening over here. So anyway, welcome to my American friends. If you guys are in the chat, love you guys. We're not this household is not the kind of Canadians who harbor this strange anti-American sentiment. I don't identify with that at all. Wrote you again in DM, so I'm up again. Cool, thanks, Matt. I'll check it out. He spat on ICE officials. Oh, she spat on ICE officials. Okay, well then she's arrested. Good for her. Husband's in the chat. Great show, babe. Keep her going. I'm trying. Welcome to Cole. Welcome to our American chatter, Cole from Ryan. Yes, welcome, welcome. Definitely welcome. She seems brain damaged. The bananas and rice lady. Wait, so what you're saying is that, like, when she said, "What's it like to be a Somali? What's it like to be a Somali?" It's kind of like, it's not like bananas and rice, because that's like cultural or whatever, but it's kind of like bananas and rice. I couldn't do that with a straight face. Sorry, I'm not an actress. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Uh, okay, let's catch up. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. Yeah, bananas with rice. Yeah, that was just painful and hilarious at the same time. I had secondhand embarrassment for her watching that. Kick ass Kate says, Kiko nuts. I'm trying. Thank you for your words of encouragement and support. That's what we're trying to do here. Help me to kick ass by smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, sending in a chat. If you want to support further, consider sending in a super chat. I have a goal of 10 today, or become a YouTube member. I think it's like $1.50 or $2 a month. You access exclusive content and exclusive live streams and other perks for members if you choose to become one, and if you choose to support by becoming one. She faked an attack from ICE and put a bandage on her head. Oh, that's what that's about. That's what that bandage was about. And when she got arrested, there's not even a mark on her forehead. Typical. Maybe she was from one of those leering centers, from those Somali leering centers. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Was that in Minnesota, that childcare fraud thing that was happening? I think it's Minnesota that has the large Somali population, where Ilhan Omar is representing. The woman that said 9/11 is when some people did something. When some people did something, that's how she described the attack, the 9/11 attack. Thanks, Ryan. Says Cole, our American viewer. Is there just one American viewer? It's cool that there is at least one. Wickenden says, awesome to Gothic Blonde for the 10-hour studio session. She records music, by the way. Check out Gothic Blonde's channel. I checked it out. Really cool song. The one that I watched anyway. She spat at the officer too. Awful. I can only afford the rice. We can't even afford bananas and rice anymore. They used her. She went on TV saying when police detained her, she accused them of calling her a racial slur, and she said she was being harassed. Okay, yeah, sure thing. Wickenden with a $5 super chat. I don't watch MSM for the same reason. Oh, I already read that one. Darn it. Did I get tricked here that there was a new one? Okay, maybe, yeah, my eyes are tricking me here. Okay, let's go back to the chat here. Where was I? I'm really slow today. I can only afford the rice. So yeah, that's where we left off. Yeah, they used her. She went on TV. Welcome Cole, says DP Ray. Somebody in your live stream replies on X, you're not serious person. Branding the clip proves that. You're a grifter, plain and simple. Congrats. All right. Okay. There's lots of those. I decided to make a little bookmark on X where it's people like that responding to my clips where I post. It's not even me talking. I'm just quoting what the liberals said. I'm like, hey, Mark Carney said China was a threat. Now Mark Carney said we're forming a strategic partnership with them to let them dump Chinese-made EVs on Canada soil. And they're like, screech and ree. That's what's happening. Husband says, I smashed the like. Thank you. I have a fan. Liberals ruined takeout. Okay, this one I think is new. I'm slowly getting hang of this, guys. This one is new. Cole, our American viewer, sends in a green super chat. I've been leering about Canadian politics. Why is Polyev anti-American? So he's not. That's the thing. Like, he actually is not at all. He just has to walk this fine line, Cole, where he in order to gain support, because Canada is center left, and we've got this weird, I'm not American, like I'm Canadian inferiority complex. And so like he has to, if he's gonna win some of these undecideds over, and some of them have this mentality, he has to kind of like throw them a bone and say a few things like, we're, Canada, we're gonna make the Canada the freest country on earth. And he has to, like, that's the game that I think he has to play, to walk this tightrope fine line where he does appeal to them, but then he also is like, hey, Carney, you just ruined our relationship with our longest trading partner, like centuries old. You can't just come in here willy-nilly and redraw the trading patterns of the world, like and align us with the CCP and the NWO. Like, that's not happening. So he's not at all. He has to, unfortunately for him, it's got to be painful. He has to appeal to the TDS crowd that could potentially, because there are some people like on the right, I guess you could say, that still have this TDS mentality and anti-American thing. So to explain all of that, hopefully I'm doing a good job explaining it to you. That's the fine line he has to walk. But yeah, not anti-American probably at all. Just has to appeal to certain people. All right. All right. Here we go. I'm Goko Donnie BF. Google ruined our usernames. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Canadian Spider-Man says, USA, USA, USA. You'll hear that a lot from a lot of conservatives in Canada who are basically just are like, please take us over, make us the 51st and be done with it. Put us out of our misery. Do liberal citizens ever watch committee meetings, wonder if they're okay with their MPs' behavior? I think all they watch is CBC to fuel their liberal bias. Did you hear Mark Carney's speech saying Canadians were complacent and killing Jews during World War, and he's trying to rewrite history? No, I didn't hear that one. I did not hear that one. 40% of your YouTube viewers are American. Love them. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't even access that analytic yet, but okay, cool. Yes, of course, we love America. We love America. They're our neighbor. They're our trading partner. They're so like-minded. I hope, my hope for Canada is that more Canadians become more freedom-minded and like freedom-loving people and appreciate all things freedom. I don't understand the whole, I'm not American. Like, yeah, I think I already said that. I don't want to repeat myself. We would be in a world of hurt without America. Like, how can you deny that fact even? Like, Canada's military doesn't even compare, and people are out here thinking like, yeah, not even worth speaking about. I watched Liberal McKinnon. He comes across that everything wrong in Canada is a joke and we Canadians should just suck it up. And Carney wants us to sacrifice. He wants the young people to sacrifice. I find Canadian conservatives to be nice people. Ben Bankus is my favorite comedian. That guy exploded on Instagram. Like, I think I followed him during the lockdowns, and he was banned at the time of just extreme censorship here in Canada on those platforms. But now he's just like exploded. I think he's approaching like 1 million followers on Instagram alone. He's hilarious. Ben Bankus is hilarious. I think I even, to your point, Cole, he was even featured. I was watching, I think it was the Michael Knowles show, and Ben's clip was featured where Michael Knowles is reacting to based comedians. So yeah, that dude made it. I think I was watching him when he was just coming up. Like, that dude totally made it. Okay, I think we have yet another super chat here. Let me catch up on these. We have Ryan with a green super chat. He says, I agree with Wyatt. Conservatives need to do a major tax break across the board. People in Canada need a true reason to wake up. Yeah, it has to be something radical, doesn't it? Like, I would think that why it's great. I love his takes. I love his analysis. And I think he's right, because it seems that the conservatives are always just trying to do, slightly more conservative things than the liberals sometimes. And so that's how it comes off. And then I think if they did something radical like this, I think they have done something like that once, where they came out against like CBDCs like harshly, and against all that digital ID stuff, and that really gave them a boost in their numbers, I think. And so yeah, they need to just, well, I've always felt this too. I think they need to, in my humble, unprofessional, obviously I'm not any kind of political expert or advisor or anything, but just take harder stances. That's all Canadians want. At least Canadians like myself, they want harder stances on hot button issues. That's all we were looking for. We're done with this, like, can I say it? Can I not say it? Should I say it only until after it feels like it's safe to do so? Like, can you just come out and say it? Come out and say it. Just give that a shot. Like, you guys haven't done that really. Maybe just slightly recently, but not as much as we hope. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you, Ryan, for sending that in. You agree with Wyatt, and I agree with Wyatt, and with you for agreeing with Wyatt. Another one from Wickenden here. My other half mouse sent this. Carney and Ford are the worst bromance soap opera. Yeah. It was a love-hate relationship with them. I watched that painful presser with Ford and Melanie Joly, where they're announcing this task force, and Melanie Joly reassures us that she's having countless conversations to determine the future of the auto sector in Canada. Don't worry, guys. She was asked, well, are you going to pause the EV mandates? And she's like, da 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 da, like, didn't answer directly at all, just gave her little spiel. And she's like, I know I didn't answer you directly, but just total politician answer, non-answer. It was just brutal watching those two. And out of all of that, we have this apparently new task force, as I was ragging on it earlier, where, if you are, if you're a liberal insider and you're some sort of expert, be prepared to have your pockets lined, because they've got this new task force happening. And is anything going to get done? Well, a task force is going to be created, but will that change anything? Probably not. Probably not. Funny, recall when Chagger used to answer questions for JT, even though, by Chagger, do you mean Jagger? Like Jagmeet? Who do you mean Chagger? Even though he was sitting next to her in the house. I don't know what you mean by Chagger. Sorry, Thomas. Another patriot, amazing, Cole. Yes, thank you, Cole. Really appreciate your support from down south there. Thank you. Don't sell your silver, folks. If you can afford it, buy as much as you can. It is for your protection, says Tony. Yeah, precious metals, please. Precious metals. Trying to keep up with all you guys here. There's another one from NNCIM. Hello, Kat. Coming to Calgary tomorrow. It's Donald. Oh, you said I can come on your stream. Yeah. So when I do members only streams, I'm going to invite people and we can just hang out. Absolutely. I wasn't planning on doing, I don't have anything planned for this stream, but in future, if you can remind me in DMs, if that's where you found me on X, remind me, and then we can maybe arrange something like that, because it would be cool to have people come on and say hello. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just to keep it interesting and kick it up a notch over here and chat with everyone. That would be so fun. Husband says, I'm from Ontario. Ford is a traitor. Lots of people feel this way. Wickenden says, Sudbury up here, we revoked our ballots. Okay. Ford is not a conservative. No, he's not. Sorry, not a true conservative. Agree. Canada is literally dying. I want to free my family. I can't family, but in time, Kat and I will be free. In time, the kids will be free. I'm from Alberta. We're trying hard to get out from under Klaus Carney's fancy boot. Yes, I know. Alberta is fighting for its life. Amazing. Good for them if they can achieve it. He's a liberal in a blue suit. Yeah. You're referring to Ford there. Yeah. Or what do they call him? A red Tory. We Canadians are family with Americans. A lot of yous have family and great friends in the USA. Exactly. We're neighbors. We're brothers and sisters. We're like basically the same. What divides us? That's my thinking. That's my thinking. Wyatt isn't a liberal. He understands libertarian and conservative views and uses his training to apply a blanket and warmth from time to time. Okay? Ford is a liberal conservative, double agent, red Tory, or a liberal in a blue suit. We already went through this one. Thank you, Donald. Cole is back in the chat. How do you feel about the Westminster political system? Why is Senate not elected? You know, I wish I was really smart and I could give you like a whole breakdown of that. I don't have enough history on that to just give meaningful commentary, but maybe something to look into. Ask my husband the Google. He probably knows exactly what it means. Wyatt is what you see. Wyatt is a what you see is what you get kind of guy, the best kind. We love those kind. We love those kinds of guys. Wyatt is a legend. Everyone should go to Wyatt's channel. It's the National Telegraph and subscribe to him, support him there. Love Wyatt. Doug Ford folded like a cheap lawn chair for a slice of pizza and a cheesecake. Hey guys, any new members? So far, no. We've got one new member this time around. Well, that one, yeah. So that one's new. Not since then. Also, the wokies say, stop harassing me when asked a normal question. Yeah. Yes. Oh, you wrote this again because I missed it. I thought I saw that comment already. Chagger the liberal, we scandal Indian girl. Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying. Are you coming to Calgary tomorrow? I wish I could have gone, but unfortunately I could not go this time. But I hear there's a big party happening and obviously it's the convention, but yeah, I can't be there. Would love to, but I can't. Maybe another time. Members only streams are private and outside of certain YouTube barriers. Yeah, that's where we can chat a bit more freely. I've seen at least one. Cool. Ford is a liberal. Kat, you coming to Calgary? I can't. I want to, but I can't. Okay, thank you for your messages. Sorry, I think you sent it in more than once. Tomorrow. No, can't. Ford is a sleazy all commie libs. As sleazy as all commie libs. Yeah, the EVs don't work in the cold. They don't work. Fox Carney is an agent, an influence peddling corporate knight. That's one way to put it. You're in Calgary? Cool. Do you think there will be an election soon? Well, people who do this for a living, they're questioning, is there an election coming because of this? Well, for the latest reason they're speculating on that is this new $11 billion spending that Libs announced in an effort to make groceries more affordable for underprivileged Canadians. So Carney's denying it. They're denying it, but I don't know. Could go one way, could go the other way. I'm not really sure. Hi, honey. You can take that. Yeah, you can just take that so that the microphone is not picking up on the snack crackle pop of snacks. Thanks. Okay, guys, I think I caught up. Okay, there was something else that I had saved that I wanted to show you. Let me just browse my bookmark here because I know it was poignant. Am I saying that right? You know that word poignant? Poignant? Sounds weird to say now. Oh, this. Yeah, this. Absolute fire statement by conservative MP, not during question period, but during statements. This I wanted to play. This guy just tears into Carney for dragging his feet on.
Mr. Speaker, Beijing's foreign interference is the biggest threat to the security of Canada. That's what the Prime Minister told Canadians last spring. Less than a year later, the Prime Minister has entered into a so-called strategic partnership with Beijing, yet we still have no foreign influence transparency registry. When the bill was being debated, the government said it hoped to have the registry up and running in 12 months ahead of a federal election. 19 months and one election later, and still no registry. Another election could pass without the protection of a registry. One wonders if the government delayed the registry till now to avoid offending Beijing's leadership. And for the same reason, Liberal MPs were told recently to cut their trip short to Taiwan. Canadians deserve a government that treats foreign interference seriously as a threat to our national security. The government needs to implement the Foreign Influence Transparency Registry now.
Good for him. Good for him. Thank you, Wickenden, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much for your support. I believe those get distributed randomly, so whoever gets one, that's awesome. You can say thank you to Wickenden here. Really appreciate that. This is awesome. I think I've almost reached my 10 chats goal. I said a 10 chat goal, but I guess it just could be any support goal here. So we're at 9 now. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. And if you're getting one of those memberships, enjoy the access to members only content. It's already up there. It's, some goofy things, some behind the scene things, members only live stream. One so far, obviously more to come. The more members join, the more fun it'll be when we can chat together. And let me just catch up on here. Let me just catch up in the regular chat here. The Grime family. Okay, let me remove this guy first. That was a great. He called out Carney. Good for him. You followed Wyatt since he started his channel. Nice. Yeah, his channel grew. Like when I first followed his channel, I think it was at like 20,000 subscribers, and now he's at 80. He's got a goal of 100K, and I know that guy's going to reach it. He's just a machine. He puts out so much great content. Good for him. Do you think there will be an election soon? I think I already went through this one. Here's 5. Thank you again for the support. Enjoy the membership if you got one. Looks like Donald got one. You're in Calgary and going to the parties. Awesome. Say hello to everyone for me. I know it's happening. They reached out to me. They're like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "I wish I could." Got total FOMO over here. But yeah, wish you guys all the best over there. I know you're going to have an awesome time. Because it's like everyone, like it's like your Twitter feed, X feed come to life. It's going to be, I know it's going to be great. And when Starmer doesn't like Carney, you know it's really bad, referring to the stream. Yes, we can get to that. I know that that's something that I forgot to get to. Thank you so much for reminding me, Matt. Let me find that. You know it's bad. You know it's bad when, my goodness, who was asked? Oh, it was FPC. Did I not? Okay, I didn't bookmark it. Let me find it on my feed. Here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Liberal Finance Minister, FPC, was asked about it. There he is. His face, you guys know his face is like that meme. Someone made a meme out of his face saying, like, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? And it's his face. I shouldn't laugh at that. He can't help his voice. Anyway, let's listen to this. What did I say here? I said, what's my caption? Oh, yeah. So Liberal UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has rejected Carney's Davos speech. Lib Finance Minister says Carney's vision presented in his WEF speech resonated with countries that now see Canada as viable for investments. So Canada is now too left for the UK left. Wow. Yeah, so here he is being asked about that. Click, click.
Keir Starmer has rejected Carney's Davos speech. What is your reaction to that?
I would say the Prime Minister said out loud what a lot of people thought privately. I can't speak for him, but I would say the vision that he presented is one that resonated. And I can tell you, Canada is really a country where people look up now for investments, for our values resonate, and certainly we're happy to work with all our partners.
Yeah, so the UK Prime Minister is like, I reject that speech. And he's so left, like he's the guy that jailed people for saying that they don't want migrants coming and hurting British women and girls. I think someone got like a ridiculously long prison sentence for that. And that guy, Mark Carney, is too much. Mark Carney's speech was too much for that guy. That's how bad it is. Matt Hatter says we need a non-confidence vote. Well, let's just hope that there's an election and some shift happens. I don't know. I said shift. I didn't say the bad word. I didn't swear. Hopefully that came across. Yeah, we need a change here. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to push for change. F Antifa, F the soys. They certainly are a thorn in our side, aren't they? Those crazy Antifas. I cannot believe Canada let this opportunist into office, did not live here, destroyed the Bank of England, all with no reason. Yeah, he was advising the Liberals unofficially. Like that was his role. I said this earlier. I recalled this earlier. So he was somehow involved, but in an unofficial role so that he didn't have to present any kind of maybe ethics clarity or transparency or something like that. He was in an unofficial advisory role and therefore could bypass some ethics, some transparency things. Don't know, for no reason. Yeah. He destroyed the bank. As governor of the Bank of England, he, according to Liz Truss, passed policies that nearly bankrupted the UK. You like Michael Chong? Yeah. Michael Chong, fire statement from him calling out Carney and dragging his feet on the Foreign Influence Transparency Committee or something like that. Hello again, Kat. Welcome. Nice to see you again in the chat. Thank you. Do any of you guys avoid liberal friends? Does anyone have liberal friends? I had a liberal friend. Back when we didn't even know whether you were liberal or conservative, I wasn't like too involved yet. I had a liberal friend, but she broke up with me like by ghosting me during lockdowns because I decided to avoid that. So my liberal friend broke up with me, ghosted me. Sadness. Yeah, let me know. Do you have liberal friends? Do you avoid them now? How's that going for you guys? That would be interesting to know. I feel like an election is coming. Mark Carney wants to try to get a majority, sadly. So yeah, that's what they were saying. Like they're accusing him of vote buying, essentially, with this spending announcement. $11 billion. $11 billion. Hero Wickenden, smiley face says husband. No, winky face says husband. Canada is selling its soul to China, the most polluting country in the world. All the green stuff is pure hypocrisy. Absolutely. Says Luigi. Thank you for your message there. Totally. Isn't there like a new coal-powered plant opening every week in China? And now my brain hurts when I think about the inconsistencies and what the Liberals are willing to overlook. Completely. Cheers from Guelph, Ontario. Welcome. Thank you. Cheers, Orlando. You applied for a media, didn't hear anything back, says Donald. Okay. You applied for the media for the convention. I know it's not easy to get a media pass there. I know that. Pure hypocrisy. Yes, I did. I think I did catch that. I think I know what you meant. Yes. And was just out collecting more signatures for the secession petition. Wow, good for you, doing the legwork, putting in the effort where it matters. Good for you. I'm expecting Carney to prorogue Parliament soon, just like Trudeau did. He's following his footsteps. Trudeau announced a GST rebate for 11 million Canadians. Carney had to one-up him and announce it for 12 million Canadians. And so I guess prorogation, is that a word? Prorogation is next. That particular brand of champagne has gone flat many years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of champagne, I love sparkling wine. I don't know why that made me think of that. Well, I guess because you said champagne. Okay. Head out of there, Kat. Head out of there. Don't think about that. If Carney Libs put in foreign registry, they will show there's corruption. Well, why are they dragging their feet? They don't want to expose themselves. 11 MPs wittingly aided China. We don't have their names. Is this why they're dragging their feet? Is this why? That champagne has turned to vinegar. Yeah. Mark Carney thinks he has more global power than he actually has. Well, he's pretending like he has it, and he's trying to present as if Canada is now positioned for all kinds of investments and being viewed as a serious country on the world stage, as if it's not enough that Trudeau made us kind of like the laughing stock of the world with his leadership. I've seen you in other chats. Nelson, how's it going? Says Cole to Nelson. Look at you guys making friends in the chat. This is so fun. The change would be citizenship leadership. Okay. A Cole. I love it. How Canadian is A Cole? A. A non-confidence vote would give Carney an excuse for failure and blame Conservatives. Be better if he calls an election. Well, there we go. We caught up on some chats. Sorry, guys. Thirsty. I was prepared with water this time. Sorry if you can hear it in my mic, me drinking. I'll try to back away. Out of interest, I'm just going to pause here for a sec. Yes, I'm going to pause for a sec and shamelessly plug, again, if you've just joined, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, repost the stream. If you're on X, if you want to support the channel, yeah, do those things. That's the easiest way. Smash like, subscribe, leave comment, leave chat. If you want to support further, become a YouTube member, really accessible. I think I made it the first tier like $1.50. So, yeah, thank you for everyone who joins. We have Wickenden, who threw a 5 membership donation to the chat that's in the chat right now. Thank you for that. And thank you to every member who signed up previously. And if you want to support this specific stream, you could send in a super chat or a super sticker, and we can just chat, and it'll be as fun as it always is, as it was last time and the time previously. I'm trying to do these now twice a week. So looks like I've committed myself to Saturdays around 4 or 4:30, and also I think on Hump Day, Wednesday, today, to try and make it more regular, because apparently YouTube likes you more if you are sticking to a schedule. If you're sticking to a schedule. Okay. Okay, let's try and catch up again. You guys are too fast for me. Too fast for me. Okay, here we go. Here's some answers about the liberal friends. My liberal friendship frenemies get my content removed all the time. They'll go back and forth until they lose. Then miraculously, my content has been removed. Page at risk, happens twice a month. Darn! Like your YouTube page? Which page? That sucks. Frenemies, hey? Liberal Karens and Darrens be crazy. Darrens, that's funny. I called them Marens, like male Karens. But I know I have a Karen who's a super base Karen in the chat. So there are awesome Karens out there as well. So let's just not forget the awesome Karens. We can laugh at the liberal Karens, but we're super supportive of the base Karens out there. I have a liberal sister, but most of my friends, who are few because of how easy it is to get canceled these days, are conservative. Yeah. Made a joke the other day, speaking out against lockdowns and other woke nonsense. well, not being anonymous online has basically made me unemployable for life, which is why I'm here trying to make this my full-time thing. So thank you to everyone who supports my endeavor here with your memberships and your super chats and your sponsoring, well, unofficial sponsors of live streams. That's what I'm calling them now when people send in a $50 super chat. I think I had 2 of those 2 streams ago. And I was like, okay, these are my official sponsors. Maybe I should actually reach out to like businesses and be like, hey, sponsor a live stream. Super base conservatives here hanging out, laughing at all the liberals and how, and well, laugh/crying about how the liberals are destroying our country. Oh, first visit here. Nice to see more Canadians going live. Welcome, Alberta Truth Finder, based Albertan. Love you. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Yeah, this is me putting in more effort and trying to do my part and highlighting all the stupid things liberals do and uplifting voices that are doing great things in Canada and trying to spread a little bit of freedom, having escaped communism, spreading freedom where possible. Okay, we have Wickenden back with a green super chat here. Thank you so much for your support. Again, that's rockstar move, several in a row. Appreciate you. Many years from now, when our great grandchildren are studying history, this will be known as the what in the F period. I hope you're right. I hope there's a radical shift. I know Gen Z was like the first generation that was slightly more conservative than the previous. So like that inkling of hope is there, that people are waking up, and hopefully, we're sort of on the precipice of things moving, the pendulum swinging back to sanity, away from insane leftist, like tyrannical, whatever the heck. So I hope you're right, for their sake, for my children's sake, that's what we're doing. It's for their sake, because I have kids and I have to think about the fact that I escaped communism. I can't sit here and stay silent while all kinds of anti-freedom policies are being pushed by the liberals here in Canada. Like, can we just please develop a thirst for freedom? Well, I know we have it. I mean, more Canadians can, once again, thank you for that green super chat there. Really appreciate the support. So can we just inspire people? Can people just start enjoying freedom and understanding why it's so important? Like, this has been my thing. Like, why don't more Canadians have a thirst for all things freedom? Why can't we just be like the Americans who are like, my freedom, America, my freedom of speech, my gun rights? This is the kind of conservatism I want to see in Canada. I did apply for a Conservative Party of Canada Convention 26. I never heard anything back. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Donald. It's tough. I know it's not easy to get a media pass for that. I think I don't think they hand them out just left, right, and center. And I don't know, like, if you have to have a contact with them in order to try and reach out and for them to get back to you. I don't know. Would be nice. I know that there's going to be some media passes, and whoever is there covering that will be able to access all kinds of things while it's happening, and it'll be interesting to see. I wish I could have gone. I don't know what kind of media pass I could have applied for. Well, just I guess a basic one. I don't know if they have any different. Do they have media passes and other kinds of passes? I don't know. But yeah. How long have we been going here? Wow. An hour and 20 minutes just flew by. It feels like 15. So I'm just going to take another sip. Thirsty. So to recap, Carney is getting roasted on the world stage by even leftists like Keir Starmer. So we're just too left even for Keir Starmer now. And yeah, the liberals are even being pressed by mainstream media. and being like, hey, why are you spending $11 billion after criticizing Trudeau for spending billions and billions and billions of dollars, which just means borrowing. You're not passing cuts. So like you're just doing the same thing that you criticized just 9 months ago. Alberta Truth Finder with the cute little sticker, with the cute little guy there. That's funny. Come to say hello and good night, and I have to mod in a live stream soon. Okay, cheers. Cheers, Mika. Appreciate you. Thank you for saying hello. They'll be their decision on follow count. They'll base their decision on follow counts. Do you mean like for media passes? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's how they play things. Maybe like, yeah, I have no clue on how they pass out, what information, what criteria they use to pass out those media lanyards. Time flies when you're fact checking snowflakes. The Grime family. Yeah. Grime family, I think you said, hey, call me so-and-so last time, and that escapes me just now. Too many days, too many clips has gone by. Remind me so that I'm not just using your handles. I'll try to remember for next time. Mainstream media will affect your cognitive abilities. True. That's very true. They just have this effect where they take away your critical thinking skills if you watch too much. Hello, says Matt to Mika. I'm going to see tomorrow when you show up. Cool. Let us know how that goes. I call them mainstream media. They're a nightmare. Yeah. Hey, everyone, you'll be hopping off. Okay, thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hello. Oh, Karen. Okay, see, there's my based Karen right there. The Grime family is Karen. She's super based, and we love that. We love that. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for reminding me. Grime family Karen. The Wicked Witch of Ottawa would be a great book name about Chrystia Freeland. You mean the Chrystia Freeland who got like this shady job offer to go work in another country as a financial advisor after the fact or before the fact? We don't even know the timeline when $2.5 billion got sent over there. You know what country I'm talking about, right? You love bacon? Awesome. Me too. Who doesn't love bacon? Hi all, says Pam. Welcome, Pam. Lol, says Alberta Truth Finder. Are you talking about the Chrystia Freeland book? Name? The Wicked Witch of Ottawa? Is this what you're lolling to? She's a lol cow. She's an endless lol cow content, hey? I know people have made some really, I guess you could say, mean memes about her as she was running away from reporters in Davos, and she's like, she got a little bit thicker over the years, and people had made some memes about that. I think it was Canada Roast or National Roast that used AI to turn her into a waddling penguin. Oh gosh, I'm sorry for laughing. I'm sorry, God. I think you missed a bunch of comments, so going to repost a question. Yes, I'm trying to keep up. I have to go between like all the comments and the super chat comments, so I'm trying to go back and forth, trying to keep up with everyone. 4% will not smash the like button. What that's uncalled for? Probably the wokies. I don't think I saw any wokies in the chat, but it's okay. You don't have to smash the like button. You can just send a comment, or you can go comment on another short or another video, or just subscribe. That's it. That's okay. Different ways to support. Freeland is a POS and a Nazi. Nazi. I posted something on your community page, but it doesn't show up. Do you have to approve a post we make before it shows up? I haven't seen that notification, but that's something to look into. Thanks for letting me know. I think they might show up as comments. Yeah, I think when I make a post in community, I think what you respond with comes up as a comment. Okay, catching up again. We have another super chat from Wickenden, a green super chat here. Mainstream media is the propaganda entertainment division of the military industrialist complex. They call it programming for a reason. Yeah, and haven't they, during the lockdowns, didn't they test psyops on us? Like, wasn't the military running psyops during? I remember the story. Programming, and now we resume to standard programming of your NPC minds. They said the quiet part out loud. Yeah, that was a story I remember reading about where the Canadian military ran psyops during the lockdowns. It's crazy to think about. Thank you so much once again. You're just like the main superstar here. I think we'll be calling you the sponsor, the official sponsor of this live stream. Thank you for your support and your comments with the super chats there. And yeah, I mean, mainstream media is a powerful tool. Well, just look at the fear that they drove up, they hyped up during the lockdowns, right? And not just that, anything really. The TDS stuff, the occupation narrative for the Freedom Convoy, take any topic. Oh, the hoax of the mass graves that was presented to us as total legitimate facts. And now I saw a post from Drea Humphrey from Rebel News where she highlights how they took down the reconciliation. Guys, you can go on her page and check it out because I don't remember exactly, but they took it down, the claim with the 215 on some reconciliation website where it's no longer there because of all the reporting, because everyone was talking about it, like how much Rebel covered it. They did a documentary, how 1BC did a documentary, like interviewing, presenting facts and saying, like, you guys have no basis of making these claims as factual. And it finally worked. That page is now missing. Our efforts to combat the propaganda entertainment division of the military industrialized complex, that's a lot of words, is working. People pushed back and we're winning. We won that one at least. So yeah. Thanks again for sending that green super chat in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being so kind to me here in the chat, guys. Let's just try and catch up to people's comments here. Hit the like, everyone. Thank you, DP Ray. Repost the stream on X. Subscribe, smash the like, leave a comment. RPN, the penguin from Batman. Oh, was it RPN? Yeah, such a fun account. RPN, Red Pill Entertainment Network on X, also on, I think, the other Sensorious platforms too. Such a fun meme account, my goodness, making us all laugh in these dark liberal times. I'm glad Carney is using my money and not his to make me feel good. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Yeah. So, okay, so you're saying not the post section, the new section, visit community on your page. I'll look into it. I'm still learning the back end of things. There's so much on the back end of YouTube, so forgive me if I'm not like super fluent with it, but I'll spend some time trying to navigate that landscape there. Thanks, David. Kat, can you talk to Brittany about a media pass for me? She has a huge connect. I know she's super connected. I can try and mention it. I don't think it's up to her though. I don't think she makes any decisions, but maybe she could talk to someone. Maybe try reaching out to Tamara Cronus. Maybe she could somehow push you through. I'm not sure, Donald, but I can ask her. Zelensky can have Freeland. They're both corrupt. Wasn't there like a thing that says Ukraine was like one of the most corrupt countries there is? Watch YouTube now totally censor me and demonetize me for saying that. My sister lives in Nepean. She thought Convoy was evil. Really? She watches CTV Ottawa only. I looked to see how they were reporting it. They were warning of possible violence should you dare go down. My goodness. That's sad. That's sad. How do you deprogram these people? And it's a family member too. That's tough. Karen says they use subliminal messages everywhere, commercials, television shows, media, movie theater screens. Their brainwashing is endless. I have an advertising background and subliminal messages are used. We should chat more about that. That sounds interesting. Are you on X? Message me. I want to hear more about this. Maybe we can talk about this in members only live streams when I hold one where we can all hang out. Thank you for letting me know, Karen. Yeah, I appreciate that. The video of the RCMP saying leave your keys near the door for burglars was what got me into Canadian politics. Oh, our American viewer Cole. Yeah, wasn't that wild? That was just, hey guys, diversity is our strength, but also in these very diverse cities, you now have to please leave your keys at the door to avoid violent break-ins and just like hand your keys to the criminals so that we don't have too much work to do. Just what kind of clown country am I living in? What kind of clown country is this? You know? And these lax liberal policies that are just insane. Like, you know, a handful of criminals, like what was the statistic? Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre was mentioning it. Like 150 criminals responsible for like being arrested 6,000 times for like hundreds and hundreds, like just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Yes, 100%. The Canadian government under the military arm used perverse means to trick Canadians, even with drugs and medical experiments on both Canadians and on the military itself. Wild. I would like to see a list of all 11 years of liberal scandals in chronological order and the dollar amount wasted. Wasn't there like contracts that went missing that were worth like millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars during their reign? Like there's so much. Ask Grok. Are you on X? Grok, I bet you Grok could outline just like 24 liberal scandals during the liberal decade there. Kat is wonderful always. Thank you, Matt. You guys are so nice. Thank you. I needed to hear some words of encouragement. Sometimes it gets so doom-pilled watching these liberals and their things. John says, how and when this all started is the day Canadians gave the government and its institutions the right to investigate themselves, and somehow they always found no wrongdoing and self-regulations. And isn't there something else that they're doing, like where they get exempt from criminal codes, or they don't have to disclose certain things to the public during the hearings? Like there was something else very related to that recently. They're just doing so much to cover for themselves. Did you guys see that the battery company for the Chinese EV is owned by Brookfield? Nice, huh? Like I looked into that. I didn't find that, but I think there was other things that Brookfield is somehow involved. But I don't know. Fact check me. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. Like, I know I saw that claim, and then I think I maybe saw it getting debunked. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to speak definitively on it, but something, if we know Carney, well, China boosted him. There was that WeChat operation. They boosted him during the election campaign. So who the heck knows what's happening? It's also very corrupt and gross, and so gross. Donald back in the chat. Thanks, Gat, for helping me, and I'll be there tomorrow. I hope she can get me in. Like I said, give it a shot. I don't know. I'm not there. I don't have a contact there. I don't have the privilege. I don't have as many connections as Brittany does. She's just way more embedded in it than I am. Yeah. Hope you get in, Donald. Cole, not RCMP, it was the Toronto cops. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that clarification. DP Ray to responding to Cole there. Gotta love when Carney warns us when a big word is coming. Yeah, I'm gonna use a word here. I'm going to use a specific term. Like so true, Karen. Then explains the meaning. Did you see that speech? He did the same thing in Davos. He really believes we're morons. Well, liberals, yeah, they must know that the voter base isn't very bright if they can spin doctor their way out of any whoopsie of theirs, right? RCMP cover for red fed commies libs. Yeah. Again, with the super chat, we've got our unofficial official sponsor of the live stream, Wickenden. Here's your goal met. Thank you so much, my friend. How awesome are you? Total awesome move. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the support. This means that I can just do more of these and not have to find like a real job, as the libs accuse me of not having. Like, this is work. I sit for 6-7 hours on the couch, like sourcing and clipping, recording and posting and putting together videos. So thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. The more people support, the more people become members, the more impact we can have on here. And hopefully YouTube will let me. Smash the like button, subscribe. Mayor Surrey has put their city in state of emergency because of all the extortion. Yes, like in another episode of diversity is our strength, city council and the mayor in Surrey, British Columbia, in my province in Canada, is asking the federal government to declare a state of emergency because of the Indian gang extortion crisis, including 8 shootings. That includes 8 shootings. Like, is this Canada or is this Venezuela? Like, is this our country? Is this literally the state of... Yeah. I'll rant. If I don't stop the rant, it'll be an endless rant. Wild, right? Just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Extortion? My goodness. Just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'll get you on next day or so. Okay, cheers, Karen. I'll see you there. That's awesome. Yes, says Vlad, the inhaler. That's a funny handle. 400 mil during the Green Slush Fund. Right, yeah, the Green Slush Fund. That was a big one. That was a huge liberal scandal. Carney's speech was great. Okay, says you. Keir Starmer, who is like a leftist UK prime minister, says he rejects it completely. So there's that. You're welcome. Thanks, Matt. Congratulations. Reached your goal. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Karen. Awesome. Wickenden, says David. Thank you so much. Wickenden has been the rock star in the chat. They're allowed to say, lie, anything in House of Commons, no liability on their words. Yeah, I think they're not like allowed to be sued for their lies or something like that. What's the exact rule? I can't remember. But yeah, I think you're right. Clyde or Moose debunked that Brookfield is not involved in that electrical. Yeah, like I thought I read something like that. But I asked Grok about it and it said, although not directly they're involved, they do have some sort of ties to like interests in like charging stations, maybe. Look into that. Ask Grok. Grok knows a lot. We want to be, I don't want to get things incorrect here. That's fair. I didn't dig into much of it. I will this evening. Yeah, so just take a look. Let me know what you find if you're on X. Are you on X? No, you're commenting from YouTube. Okay. Brookfield is connected to many other things, though, and they're the biggest tax evader in Canada. You know, you got to pay your fair share, says Mark Carney and his ilk, if you are a successful businessman. But he's literally like that. Brookfield is literally the biggest tax evader in Canada, in the Bahamas, in the Bermuda. Where were they? I can't remember. Clarios is the company. Not really sure of what brands use Clarios batteries. Okay, yeah, look into it, guys. Look into it. I don't trust Clyde or Moose, honestly. Good comment, but something weird there. Okay, I don't know. I don't have time to watch everyone's content. So like, I don't know. It's impossible for one person to do it, but we can do it together. For sure, Carney believes we are morons. Anyone that votes Liberal is a moron. Well, they're just low information. Like they're low information voters. That's what I think it is. Conservatives obviously do a lot more research. It truly is a shame that Liberal voters hate facts. Yeah. Hi, Frank. They do hate facts. I present like literally a quote from Carney and they're like melting down and insulting me for something that I said the Liberal said, like verbatim. Has the Brookfield battery line, check him out. Okay. Moose and the Loose has the battery line. Okay. Alberta Truth Finder, are you an AI bot? Says Cunningham. Says Bear. How do we find out? No, come on. Ask the Iranians if diversity is our strength. They will tell you where that road leads. Cole says, I like Clyde. What seems off to you? Yeah, Clyde's channel is good. I mean, I don't watch it often. Like I'm not like a dedicated viewer, but I know he has a following and etc. So I don't know. There's lots of Canadian creators and good for them for at least trying to do their independent thing and trying to shed light wherever they think is important. Thank you, Kat. Great job. And yes, it is a job and you do it well. The personal touch in reading posts is amazing. Well, I'm trying. We're trying to trying to make friends here. We're trying to gather together like-minded individuals. We're trying to support each other the best way we can. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel by smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, leaving comments, leaving chats, sending in super chats, super stickers, becoming members. Really appreciate you guys. Can't do this if you guys are not here, literally. We'll have to go get a real job. You'll be getting some pictures done tomorrow. Cool, Donald. Cool. Clyde is okay, so you're saying Clyde is a sellout and I'm not a bot. Okay. How is he a sellout? I don't know. Like I don't know anything about that. Quote Mark Carney, I'm that's the best you'll get out of Carney. If you have enough patience, Mike, go to my shorts, and I don't know how many weeks back, I literally took a speech of his and clipped every instance where he says and I posted it as a short. It was labor intensive, but I'm pretty proud of that one. I was hoping it would go more viral than it did. It's not too easy to go viral with shorts on YouTube just yet with my small account, but we're trying. We're trying. Look him up. To quote Mark Carney. No, I hung out with many people like Clyde and Whistler. We even lived there at the same time. He's a solid dude. He seems like a solid dude. I've met him. Like I don't want to start any kind of drama here. I just, like I know we're not going to all agree on everything, but let's try to be kind of united in the conservative space. How did he sell out exactly? I don't know. I'm not a bot either. I'm a Canuck, says Bear. Welcome. Thank you for that, Bear. Clyde does seem very Whistler. Makes sense. I don't know what being Whistler means, but I think Whistlerians, local Whistlerish people will know what that means probably. Qualified immunity. This is when no one is held accountable for or responsible. Free ride to abuse the system. Sounds like a liberal thing. Moose chart. Okay, check out the Moose chart. Connie Brookfield have interest in charging stations, says David. Did you just look that up? Did you just fact check and look it up? Cat, check out Moose chart. I think I remember seeing something like a Moose chart. I wasn't like spending too much time paying attention, like studying it super detailedly, because like I said, I can't do like 10 things all at once. My capacity is just limited. Being a mom and still having household responsibilities and stuff is just one person show over here. Canadian Spider-Man says Whistler is its own bubble. Lived there almost 20 years. Pretty liberal now. Was it always liberal? It seems like it would be pretty liberal. Are they hippie over there? What kind of liberal are they? I don't know. I skied there a couple times, and that's all I know. Not a great skier. Didn't grow up with it, but it's super fun. When I learned, was super fun when I learned. Do you guys ski? This has become. Are your liberal friends still your liberal friends? And do you ski kind of live stream? We've now just turned it into a hangout instead of, well, we already went through all the news. Let me see. Was there anything else that I wanted to play a clip of before? Should probably wrap up here. I've been going for an hour and 47 minutes. Yeah, I think I'll wrap up here in about 10. Let me just check if there's anything else that I have missed. Or maybe we'll just go through our rock stars in the super chats here. We have Wickenden with the very first one. Thank you for that. And then Wickenden again. And then Mad Hatter with becoming a YouTube member. Thank you. And Wickenden. And Cole, our American viewer. Thank you for the support. Ryan, thank you again. Another one from Wickenden, who's, well, okay, let's just call him the official sponsor of the live stream. Donald, thank you, asking a question. And the 5 gifted memberships from our rock star, the GOAT, the greatest of all time in this chat. And once again, oh my gosh, it's just you. You're so kind. Thank you for your generosity. So cheers, Wickenden. Let's look in my bookmarks. And actually, I'll show you this. It's a bookmark that I named. I won't say it, but I will display it. It's the very first one. Let me see if I can pop up the text there. Do you guys see that first one? That orange one? Do you see this orange one? That's I'm saved that so that I can maybe make a specific kind of video eventually on that. On that. Yeah. Okay. Let me just reduce that size again so I can see there. Okay. Was there anything else that I missed that I have to show? Oh yeah, this guy. This guy, the virtue signaling technocrat. Virtue signaling technocrat. Okay, let me just get through these chats and then I'll play it. Wow, did you guys just throw in a bunch without me noticing? Okay, so this is the last one I think I read. Cat checkout moose chart. Yes, I saw that. I don't believe he's a sellout, says Greg. He may be moving to Texas because he can't afford to live. Yeah, that's not being a sellout, I don't think. Many people would take that opportunity. Here, I'll go on my content YouTube account. I'll be right back. Okay. David, aka Moose on the Loose, is 100% honest. Not certain what people think is off. Maybe the truth hurts their feelings. Yeah, let's just, everyone is working hard to put out content. I don't know. I don't want to throw out labels here. Carney is a good Hummer. Just leaving them there. Hummer. I don't want to say Hummer. Brookfield is very involved in the green scam. Brookfield owns, operates, and develops one of the world's largest renewable energy portfolios, spanning renewables, energy storage. Okay, thank you for that. Whistler is its own bubble. Oh, I did. Okay, so I missed some chats there. Okay, definitely real, says Ivermectin. Carney and Brookfield are heavily government subsidized ventures so they can get easy tax dollars. Yeah, that seems legit. Frank Hardy, thumbs up, says DP Ray. They used to be hippies even up until the 90s. Now there are so many rich people. Oh, okay, that they're Carney supporters. It's too busy for locals to enjoy. That's why so many people moved away from Whistler. Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here's Carney. He was asked today, after his meeting, I guess, he was asked what hope he has for CUSMA being reviewed. And he claims that the US-Canada relations are good and that there's been good conversation, but as there's a lot of work to be done. Does this make you hopeful, Canadians? Watch this. Does this make you hopeful? Oops. Got to add it to the stage here. The virtue signaling technocrat himself.
State of relations with the U.S. What hope do you have that CUSMA will be renewed?
Look, relations are good. We have good conversations, good back and forth. There's a lot of work to be done for the review of CUSMA. That work has started, both reviews in the United States, internal reviews and consultations. That work has started in Mexico. It's finished in Canada. We'll be ready to sit down and the process will continue.
Yeah, so do you trust him? Do you trust him? So like he gave this speech in Davos. It was obviously this very like, I'm leading the anti-Trump NWO charge here, like taking this very prissy stance against our neighbor, our American neighbors, and trying to lead that charge, trying to redraw the lines there. And now he's saying like relations are good. And that there's been good conversations and he has hope for CUSMA being reviewed. I don't know. How does this guy? It's like he says one thing out of one side of his mouth, another thing out of the one side of his mouth, the other side of his mouth. That just seems like what they all do when he's in front of his World Economic Forum buddies. He is giving this speech apparently, and our Canadian media is labeling it like the best speech by a world leader in such a long time. And then he gets pressed today about it, and he's like, yeah, good relations, Canada, US, good relations. Literally after he's spent during the election campaign saying and after getting elected, our relationship with the United States is over. We're redrawing the lines of trade, and it's a new world, and it's changed a lot, and it's a dangerous and divided world, increasingly so. Be scared. Be scared of Donald Trump. Be scared of America. You trust me to get things done. I'll get it sorted. I'll go to China. I'll go to Qatar. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Yeah. So nothing was said there. Exactly. Let me scroll back a bit. Oh, Cole has left. Cole, thank you for being here. Our American viewer, Cole. Ivermectin says, sorry to have started any drama. I'll be more reserved. No, not drama. Just saying, like, I just don't want to like label. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to accuse anyone of being something that they're not, because I haven't looked into it myself. So yeah, just don't want to accuse anybody of anything. No conservatives are anti-American. Only the liberal pea brains. Yeah, like why would you be anti-American? What's wrong with having such a free nation right next door to us on our border, with a strong military and vacation destinations over there? Like what's so bad about them? Goko Donnie, dang it, LOL, says Wickenden. My daughter-in-law was kidnapped what? Oh my gosh, they've been serving appropriate sentences or apprehended for previous crimes. She might be. I'm so sorry to hear that, Karen. That's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. I cannot believe that. But it did showcase how quickly someone calling themselves conservative would jump on another's opinion, which isn't great for our side. Yeah, there needs to be more unity on our side. I agree. But it's hard. I don't know. We get so fractured. Like the liberals seem to be like, oh, I'll just walk lockstep with whatever dear leader says. We obviously are a bit more free think and critical thinking oriented. So like if we have disagreements, we tend to fracture sometimes. Have a good night, everyone. God bless you all, says Cole. God bless you too, my friend. Thanks for being here. The Grime family. Wow, so sorry. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Karen. Awful. Just no words to express, to offer. It feels like nothing will suffice. Obviously, conservatives are not conservative. What are trying to keep by squashing talk. Okay. Smart people are moving to Texas. I'm working on it. If you can, the outlook here at the moment seems bleak. Hammer, lol. Thank you, Wickenden, says Karen. Hard to talk when you have a certain something in your mouth. Okay. Also reminder, Jesus Christ is the way. Hallelujah. Amen. The way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through him. Amen. Thank you for that, Matt. Absolutely. The ultimate hope is in Jesus Christ. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. My ultimate hope is not in a world leader. It's in the King of the universe. It's in the King of the universe who stepped into our world, took on human flesh, and paid for all of our whoopsies, paid for our sins. And if we put our trust in him, he's our Redeemer. Great message, Matt. Absolutely. Smiley face to that. Praise the Lord. Nothing was said there. Yeah, nothing was said there in that clip with Carney, says David. He's trash, says ivermectin. Do we honestly believe he was voted in? Well, do you remember they covered the thing and like all the votes and all the writings, they were all like a certain percentage, and somehow he managed it. And the phrase at the time was he wasn't elected, he was selected. He was selected. All of my family are liberal boomers. Please feel sorry for me. Oh, so sorry for you, roaring chicken. I'm sorry to hear that. That's painful. Yeah. We all know somebody like that, don't we? But all we can do is try and keep lines of communication open, and try and win hearts and minds. It's possible. I know some of us are probably former liberals. Like I know I wasn't paying attention in my much younger days, but I don't know what I would have been if I was paying attention. Probably would have been a liberal. You know that quote, when you're young, if you're young and you're not a liberal, you don't have a heart. When you're older and you're not a conservative, you don't have a brain. Like I think that's kind of like a good generalization. Okay. Well, that's 2 hours we've hung out. I think I'll probably cut it here because getting a little bit tired in the voice, chatting straight for 2 hours. Still fun though. Thank you to our all the supporters. Well, thank you to Wickenden for being the rock star in the super chats today and the memberships, and everyone else who was there. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already on YouTube. Do the same on X. If you're watching on X, you could support there as well if you wanted. I think my membership, my subscription on X are like $2. So if you wanted to support there, you could do that there as well. And thank you to everyone for hanging out with me in the chat and sending in your thoughts, your comments, your words of support. Great to see you, Kat, says Pam. Great to see you. Thank you, says David. Good night, all. Thank you for all your contributions. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Karen says she switched before that, but that opened my eyes to all the policies. Thanks. Great show tonight. Later, y'all. Yeah. Thanks for letting us know. Karen, and my heart's with you. I'm sorry to hear that happened. Again, words can't. No words will do to suffice, obviously. Matt says, bye, Kat. God bless you, dear sister in Christ. Yes, amen. Christ is King. Christ is Lord. If you don't know him yet, look into it, because it's the most important decision of your life that you'll ever make, is to find out who Jesus Christ is. What an awesome note to end this live stream on. Hey, spread the gospel. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Once again, thank you to everyone who participated, who sent in your thoughts, your comments, your super chats, your memberships. See you again. Thank you, Alberta. See you again. Sorry you missed most of the Dogo chicken duty. Okay, so you missed most of it. Oh, we're Charlie Kirk. Nice to see you. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe on YouTube and you'll get a notification. That way you know when I go live. And I'll also try to pre-schedule them way more in advance. I only had half-hour notice for this one. Apparently, the best way is to give a 24 hours notice. But then, like, the news of the day is not quite the news of the day. I don't know. We're going to find a balance. We're going to find a balance. Good night, everyone. This is Kat. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate everyone being here. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Stay blessed.